Oh boy. Yes. Hello, 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 hello. Is this thing working now? It should be working now. Boom! Here I am. And yes, this should be working now. I know what the mistake was, and I will share it with you as well. Oh, bro, zoom it on my face so you can see me. Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing live now? Yes, this should be fine now. This should be live now. Hello, 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 hello. Let me expand this. And yes, this should be live now. You know, the silly mistake that I was making is I set up everything right and I just did not press the go live button on the stream, on the YouTube dashboard. And just because of that one silly mistake, I wasn't able to stream. But yeah, I did somehow mess up my entire YouTube settings. I think I've deleted the previous one. But I have not. I don't know, but we will find out. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Send this message. But yeah, it is working now. Yep. Okay, good. No. All right, let's start sculpting the arm. I just feel like I've been practicing heads for very long. Even all of the tutorials that I've been doing recently are all heads. My free community is all heads. And yeah, it's been my anatomy sculpting skills are getting pretty rusty. And that is something concerning. So in today's stream, I will be practicing this arm live. And the reason I wanted to do this is because of a few important things is that we need to know what is a good reference. A good reference is something like this, okay? Having a ton of arm references, different arms, someone is a bodybuilder posing like this, someone is posing like this, that is a bad reference because you have so many variations. It will confuse you rather than helping you. So it's better to have the same arm but in different angles. I found this on Pinterest. And yeah, Pinterest is a great resource if you're ever looking for references. Some artists, they hate Pinterest, but I personally just love Pinterest. The reason that they hate Pinterest is because it's all AI. But for me, it's like, who cares? Why does it matter if it's AI? If it's a good reference, it's a good reference, bro. So yeah, we shouldn't be too picky. We should be a bit picky, of course, about the references that we are using, but not too picky that, oh, if it's AI, I'm not going to use it. Bro, it's a reference. Just use what's helping you. I need to find the reference once again, but it's okay. I think I have a screenshot of it. Just setting it up on my other monitor. Just a sec. Boom, done. Oh damn, new setup. Yes, new setup. I switched up everything, man. I brought in whose basement are you in? This isn't a basement, bro. This is my room. And yeah, I mean, I was in a corner which was getting very hot. It's summers here. I just wanted to switch things here. Also just wanted to tidy up the room a bit. Hence here we are. I was planning to take a different room in the house, but I thought, nope, let me just utilize my own bedroom. Yeah, I switched up quite a lot of stuff. The place where my PC is, I even changed my monitor, which is a good plus. I was using a normal monitor, but now I'm using an ultra wide, which I found very cheap. So I thought, why not? Actually, I can show you just a sec. Let me show you. Hope you can see this. Yeah, this is the benefit of an ultra wide. So you have your normal Blender screen here, and then you have your references here. And the second monitor I have, I made it portrait. It just gives a better experience. Oh God. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a mess trying to set the camera with this. I need to buy a better tripod. Too bad I'm 10k subscribers, but still, no one's sending me a free monitor, bro. Send me sponsorship, send me deals, bro. Send me free stuff. A lot of monitors, yes, a lot of monitors, bro. I mean, not a lot. It's just two monitors. I've always been habitual of using two monitors. So even when I used to work in a laptop, I always had two monitors. I cannot function without two monitors anymore. It's the least that I need to work with. The first time I tried using two monitors was when I was in university. So I had the monitor that I bought for gaming because back then I was a Jerry. But I also found the use of using it as two monitors for my laptop. And since then, bro, I haven't gone back. Two monitors is the least that I need to work with. Ali Muhammadi, hey, my friend, how are you, bro? Assalamu alaikum. Okay, what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to look at all of the reviews and I'm just trying to get a basic silhouette. So once I have the silhouette, then I can focus more on the details. So right now, the main concern for me is just to get a good looking silhouette. And once I have that, it will be so much easier to add the details. And yeah, if you have any one of you has not tried working with two monitors, I would recommend just go on whatever website you have where you can buy pre-loved or second-hand stuff and buy the cheapest monitor. Go to any of your computer shop, ask if they have a used monitor that they have for sale, go buy it. And you will thank me later. It's so worth it. So worth it. Especially as artists, because you can have your reference on one and you can be working on one, you can have your files on one, all of your textures and everything, and you can be working on one. It's the experience is amazing. Gaming series, hi, hey bro, what's up? Head hard to learn or full body is hard for you? Head, heart to learn, or full body? Okay, it's a good question, and I have a fun answer for this. So, the male head is easier, and male anatomy is harder, but the female head is more difficult, and the female anatomy is easier. So yeah, it depends on the gender that you're sculpting, because in males you need to have a lot of muscles, you need to show all of the separation in them if it's a strong male. And yeah, most people, I believe that we all learn anatomy to make strong male characters. Yeah, no one wants to sculpt a undernourished, malnutritioned dork. No one wants to do that. We all want to sculpt superheroes. That is why we learn anatomy. So yeah, male anatomy is actually more difficult than female anatomy. Female anatomy is everything that a male anatomy is, but it's something much, much, much more subtle. And the opposite goes for female heads. So if you're sculpting female heads, bro, they need to look pretty, right? No one wants to sculpt an ugly woman. I know you all want to make supermodels or something. And for that, you need to make good looking females, and that is harder. That is more difficult than making a male face. So, yep. Female anatomy is so easy, so easy, so easy, bro. But if you skip male anatomy, female anatomy becomes difficult. You cannot learn female anatomy of the female face without learning the male face or male anatomy first. You can, but it will be more difficult. Just using the inflate brush to make it a bit more thicker. And yeah, I think I'm happy with the overall silhouette of this. Time to add more geometry and time to pull out the thumb. Right here is where I will pull out the thumb. The reason I don't like to make the thumb separately is because of bad habits. Not bad habits, I'm just habitual of sculpting it this way. There is no right or wrong when you're sculpting stuff or when you're doing art in general. It's always what works and what doesn't. If your method of sculpting is something no one has ever seen, but it works for you, then yeah, it is a good method. But if it does not work for you, it is a bad method. That is why we have so many instructors, so many teachers teaching the same stuff, but you only learn from one. You only want to learn from one. That is because you resonate with their way of teaching. And yeah, that is why there is no right or wrong. Between the bicep and the tricep, let's just mark that down. Let's make the separation for the tricep right here. And let's look at the back view. So in the back, we have this crease going on here that divides into this tubular thing. Whatever the name is, we do not care because you're an artist, bro. You're not a doctor. Yeah, the best tip that I have for sculpting is to look and then sculpt. This is one of my biggest struggles, bro. I used to sculpt first and then look at a reference, which makes no sense, but yep, it is what it is. And it is funny how many artists make this mistake. They look at the reference, they sculpt first, and then in the middle of the sculpt, they wonder, why am I sculpting a piece of shit, bro? And then they look at the reference like, oh, this is nothing like the reference. And then they spend more time fixing stuff rather than avoiding them in the first place. Yep. I see, oh yeah, I see this crease here. So I will add that. It starts here. Yeah, when you have a reference, just forget everything. Use your basic understanding of anatomy and just include that in your sculpt. Just look at it from the back. We have a crease going down all the way here, up till here. This is where we can see this bone. Let's draw the bone. Yeah, it's super funny. Whenever I make content about mindset, when I talk about the important stuff, I lose subscribers, which is hilarious. And yeah, I'm glad those snowflakes they leave my channel. I don't want Jerry's. I don't want snowflakes on this channel. So it's a good thing that they unsubscribe and I filter them out. And yeah, you can see just because I had a good silhouette, things are coming along very well, very fluently. All thanks to paying attention to the basic silhouette. Just digging this in for the knuckles. Let's make a cylinder for the fingers. Yeah, the fingers, even in the reference, they're not very aesthetic, but it's all right. All transforms. Yep. I think I can make this finger a bit more straight. I can see the thumb here, so it's almost halfway. Let's move it here. We can still mark some of the important landmarks here by just creasing a bit like this and creasing a bit like this. The rest, when we have more detail, I can worry about it later. Yeah, most people don't realize, but the thumb is almost as long as a finger. In this case, it's pretty small. Okay, not bad. Let's see. Here's the tip. So let's say I want to make these tendons of the hands, but for some reason my hand is not steady. I masturbate too much. Okay, so what you can do is you can press Shift S to enable stabilize stroke, and then you get this very smooth lines. By the way, that masturbation thing was a joke. You shouldn't be masturbating, guys. It's not good for you. Actually, it is one of the reasons you don't sculpt. Okay, let me explain. So the reason you don't sculpt because of masturbation is because masturbation is a high pleasure, low effort activity. Yeah, some of you will say, no, it's a very high effort activity, bro. I edge for hours. Like, shut up, bro. What the hell? No, it's not. And it messes up the wiring in your brain the same way scrolling does, the same way playing video games does. So your brain is like, bro, why should I sculpt for an hour and my result still looks like shit, where I can just go to the toilet and masturbate for, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and yeah, I'll have the time of my life. Your brain, every time you're going to sit down to sculpt, you're going to feel a bit horny. Then you're going to go to the toilet, and then you're going to want to masturbate. So yeah, why would you want to sculpt, bro? The same thing goes for video games. Why would your brain want to sit down in front of a computer for hours and still the result is going to look bad, Whereas you can just go ahead, play a video game, unlock the skin that you wanted in, I don't know, a few hours. Yeah, these things, they just mess up your brain. When your brain gets reward very easily, it does not want to do the hard work. So yeah, if you have any activities that is low effort, high pleasure, high reward, cut it out. Seriously, cut it out. For me, I had to quit masturbation. I had to quit playing video games. I have zero social media apps on my phones. Yeah, I just recently deleted YouTube Studio as well. So when I was on my phone, I don't have any social media apps, but I have the YouTube Studio app just to see comments, to see whatever. And then I just realized, bro, this thing is overstimulating me. I deleted the YouTube app. So my phone does not even have YouTube now. It only has WhatsApp and a SIM and Slack. That is it. So yeah, you need to cut these things off. You need to realize that these industries, right, the gaming industry, the social media industry, they have spent billions of dollars just to research how your brain works. And now they're using every weapon they've researched against you. Okay? There's a reason why everyone and their mother is scrolling nowadays. It's because your brain has been researched. They want you to scroll. They want you to play video games. Yeah, the only way is that you quit these things. You know, when there's a tornado and it keeps sucking you in, the best thing is not to stand in front of it and be like, yeah, I'm super strong, bro. I can resist a tornado. No, you can't. You'll get sucked in, bro. Your best bet is to just run away, avoid it the best you can. Yes, seriously. Social media, video games is the tornado that I am warning you about. You cannot resist the temptation. It's too much. They have researched your brain too much. Hey bro, stop. I don't have my hands free on and my family sitting. Oh, damn. Yeah, at least your family is going to be proud that you're watching someone who's productive. Yeah, these are things that need to be talked about, bro. Because no other artist, I believe no other artist is going to tell you these things. I share all of my experiences. So this is one of my biggest struggles, seriously. Video games and yeah, the P word. I see I censored for your family. And yeah, social media, bad habits. You know what the funny thing is? Everyone knows it is wrong. Everyone knows this is the problem. But because no one talks about it, they don't want to fix it. And we have a lot of wrinkles here. Yeah, we still have to sculpt the elbow, so let's do that. Bro, your comment just reminded me of the meme, which is Me watching Ishaq sculpt alone versus me watching Ishaq sculpt when my family is around. It's the same as the GTA load screen. So when you're on your own, the GTA load screen is fine. But when someone enters your room, we get the lollipop girl. Just looking at all of these cuts, making sure how it looks from the side view versus how it looks from the back view. You're just trying to add that with the crease brush. And of course, using the smooth brush in between to make the transitions a bit more subtle where it requires. Like here, we need it to be a bit more visible. Yeah, like I told you, it's all about observing your reference, looking at your reference first, and then making a conscious decision of what do you want to sculpt. That is why reference is super important. So many times, seriously, the feedback that I give inside the free community, especially, the most common feedback is, "Did you use a reference?" And the answer is sometimes no. What? Though I just gave you a free course, I gave you free 3D models, I gave you all of the references, and still you don't want to use them. Why are you being a Jerry? Yeah, this is probably the most common mistake that I've seen. In my experience, the most common mistake is having no references or having a bad reference. So bad reference is equally detrimental. If you have a bad reference, bro, your sculpt is going to suck. Your sculpt is always going to be a reflection of how good your reference was. If your reference was good, you'll have a good sculpt. If your reference was bad, you'll have a bad sculpt. It's really that easy. Yeah, I swear, bro. If I was using a lot of references over here, if I was using a lot of arms, this sculpt would have sucked really bad. But I'm always very conscious of my references when I'm making something serious. Sometimes in my live streams, I'm not that conscious. I just use single image references. But yeah, my live streams, I just try to experiment with stuff, try new stuff that I haven't tried that I wanted to try for a while. I don't mind if the result is super bad, because it's how it is. It's how it is sometimes. Whenever you're trying new stuff, yeah, bro, be prepared to have a bad sculpting day. It's not a loss. It's not an L if you sculpt something bad when you're trying to learn something new. It's just a stepping stone. You sculpt something, it sucks. You take your lessons and you move on. That is that is how everyone learns. And yeah, the biggest proof of that is the level 0 section. So let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. I love the level 0 section. Here, let me show you. So right over here, if you go to the classroom section, this is the level 0 section. Okay, and here you can see everyone's first sculpt without them knowing anything. Okay, this is what the think ahead looks like. And if we go here, we go to the final pass. Boom. Okay, so look here. This is where Ruben started. This is where Ruben is now. This is where Arthur started. This is where Arthur is now. Within 30 days, this is where LeBron started. Okay, this is where LeBron is now. 20 days, and now LeBron is inside the paid community. He's learning female anatomy, which is great. We have James. Where is his first sculpt? Okay, this is his last attempt. I think this was without a reference. I'm not sure. But it's not a good practice to sculpt without a reference. The only point of this exercise was just to see how far you've come. Let's see, where's James' first sculpt? Yeah, here it is. And we can see his result after 22 days. It's insane. Nix. After day 11. Bro. So yeah, everyone sucks in the start, bro. Everyone sucks. And that is absolutely normal. The thing is that you have been shamed your whole life on failing at stuff. That you fear failure so much. In school, you're punished if your answer is wrong. The teacher makes you stand up if you do something wrong. But in real life, when you're trying to learn something, bro, it is a stepping stone. You have to make mistakes. Okay, if you're not making mistakes, you're not even trying. So you learn from your own mistakes. You're wise. And you're wiser if you learn from someone else's mistake. So if someone has already made mistakes and is telling you about his mistakes, me, okay, me, I keep telling you about all of my mistakes shamelessly. That is for a reason. That is so that you can take the lessons that I took the hard way. And you don't have to suffer the same way that I did. And you can make faster progress than I did. Because that is what I want for you, bro. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I made. I don't want you to suffer the way that I did. I delayed sculpting for more than 6-7 years just because of how intimidating this was. Now, I delayed it longer than it took me to learn it. So seriously, I don't want the same thing for you. That is why I made the free community. That is why I made my school. And yeah, I just compile all of my pile of mistakes inside my content, inside my courses, just so that I can make your life easier. Yeah, without withholding any information, without withholding anything. If you're being a Jerry, I will call you a Jerry. because you're just too comfortable because no one called you a Jerry your whole life, bro. Or no one call you out for the mistakes that you're making. And I will do it, whether you love me or you hate me. It doesn't matter. What needs to be said will be said. The world doesn't care about your little feelings. It does not. Your goals do not care about your feelings. Your situation does not care about your feelings. So if you want what you want, you have to do it. There is no other way around. There is no shortcut. The shortcut is to do. That is the shortcut. If you do it, that is the shortcut. Just keep doing what you want. Keep doing what you love. Whether you suck or you don't, that is the shortcut. Let's say if you want six packs, right? There is no shortcut. The shortcut is going to the gym every day. The shortcut is to eat healthy every day, and you will have six packs sooner than ever. If you try to look for shortcuts, if you try to look for the best diet on whatever planet, and you keep trying different diets, bro, it's not going to work. Everyone knows what a gym is. Everyone knows where the nearest gym to their home is. Just go there, work out every day, and eat healthy. You know what is healthy. You know what is bad food. You know what is junk food, right? Just avoid that. So the same thing if you want to learn how to sculpt. Yeah, you just have to do what is necessary. Yeah, if you want to get started, just go ahead. Check out the link in the description. I have a free 30-day head sculpting challenge. I will teach you everything. I will show you how easy it actually is. You just need to do what is gonna move you forward. So stop remembering the name of the bones, bro. Stop remembering the name of the muscles. It has never helped anyone. It wastes the only thing that you have, time. I'm just indicating the top of the fingers without going into too much detail. I think we're pretty much done for the purposes of this practice. This is absolutely fine. The learning is never in the details, it's always in the basic forms because they matter the most. Always. Always, always, always. It's always the basics. Because if the base is poop, no matter how many flowers you put on it, it is still going to be poop. Yep, let's turn on the shadows and see what do we have. I think the hand is a bit too big. Yeah, the hand is definitely way too big. So let's adjust the size of the hand. Where's the lasso mask? Lasso. Yeah, yeah. Let's smooth the mask. Smooth mask. Smooth. You can also smooth a bit with mask brush and holding smooth. Let's invert this. So where's the scale tool here? Scale. Sculpt, set pivot, mask border. Yes, good. And let's scale it down. Oh, bro, I want to scale this down. Sculpt, set pivot, mask border. Yes, much better. Much better. We can also use the rotate brush and slightly rotate it this way. Yep. Let's clear the mask. And yes, looks so much better. Let's push this down. Also, let's push it in. I think I should keep the mask. Control I. Let's push it down now so that it doesn't really affect the hand that much. By the way, the stream is lagging behind way too much. And believe me, I answer the questions as soon as I see them. I don't like being one of those streamers who just are too into their sculpts. They never look at the chat. I look at the chat as frequently as I look at my reference. Yeah, if I'm answering you late, it's because of the stream. It's not because I'm not looking at your questions very often. I use Marvelous Designer for block cloth. No. I don't use any other software. All of my workflows are 100% Blender. Yeah, Blender is the best, and I only use Blender. Though I am very looking forward to the speed charge course. He's been teasing us about a cloth anatomy course, which I'm looking forward to quite a lot actually. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun course. Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting topic. It's a very interesting topic indeed. Are you work like Flycat? I don't know, bro. Does Flycat only use Blender? If yes, then yes. What's up, man? Looks like you sorted out the OBS. Yeah. I sorted it out, bro. The problem was that I don't know, for some reason I've lost my sculpting settings, streaming settings, and I wasn't getting the manage broadcast button. And somehow OBS unlinked my Facebook account, YouTube account. But what am I doing? I'm tired, I think. Yeah, it unlinked my YouTube account, and I had to set it up manually, which I did very well in the last stream as well. But what I forgot to do in the last stream was press go live. So I didn't press the go live button. If I had pressed the go live button, I would be live. But yeah, I missed that button. And instead, I just reset my browser. I restart my computer. Yep. It shouldn't. It should have been much simpler. It's all right. At least the next time something happens, I know what to look for. Look for the go live button. Nico Anatomy course is published? No, it's not published yet. I think, yeah, he hasn't even started recording it. But yeah, he did mention that he would be releasing a course on cloth anatomy, which I am looking forward to. SpeechR has been a great resource in my sculpting journey. Yeah. I will definitely purchase his cloth anatomy course. 100%. I've been binge watching a lot of Nico streams while working lately. I don't know what it is about the way he talks, but it just feels like you're chatting with him. Yeah. I agree. For a very long time, Speedchat streams were my lullaby. So whenever I struggle with sleeping, or wasn't able to sleep for some reason, I just open one of his stream and I would see him sculpt, and I would just fall asleep. So I would set my phone on my side table like this. So I'm laying down like this, and my phone would be like this. So I would put it up vertically against something, against a water bottle or something, and then I'll be watching his stream. And I don't know the moment that I fell asleep. In Pakistan, India has a character that is entry level salary. I think you mean what is the entry level salary? You know, for a character artist, there is none because they don't hire character artists here. What they want is an all rounder who will do everything for them. So, what they're looking for here is they're looking for a 3D artist who is also a graphic designer and also knows a bit of Adobe Premiere. Yeah, that is the kind of job descriptions that we have in Pakistan, at least. I'm not sure about India, but in Pakistan, that is what we have. They want a 3D artist who is also a video editor and a graphic designer. It sucks. Haha, I used to do the same. Hey, bro, high five. Yeah, speech artist. Yep, helps me fall asleep. That makes me happy because I do everything. Yay. It's also nice to see you again. Great video, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, Aries. Thank you. Wow, speech art helps a lot of people sleep then. Interesting. Yep, I think I'll be stopping here now because for the sake of the practice, this is enough. The learning is never in the details, it's in the basics. What I can do most is I will turn on some shadows and I will add some veins because why not? Veins look very cool on an arm. And yep, that is it. This is alright. Let's add some veins. Why not? So let's turn off shadows. Let's enable the draw brush. Let's enable stabilize stroke. Yep, it's enabled. And let's see our reference. Does it has some veins? Yep, some thin veins. But it's alright. Let's sculpt a vein here. Branches out a bit. Sculpt a vein here. Sculpt a vein here. Now let me undo all of this. Save it first. Now we can add the veins back. That looks great. Thank you, my friend. The hands, they also have a lot of veins. I don't want it to be too symmetrical. So let's make it go this way. 3D artist studio, Indian character artist at a Kolkata based. I didn't understand what you mean. Is that your post? No. Yep, let's turn on shadows. Let's look at it from this angle. All right, not bad actually. Let's put it on the front. Yep, here. Let's duplicate this. Move it like this. Duplicate this, move it like this. Duplicate this, move it like this. And yeah, here's what we did today. So let's take a screenshot for the thumbnail. No. All right, we have the thumbnail. Easiest thumbnail ever. Yeah, the easiest thumbnail is just taking a viewport screenshot. Oh, where did I go? Bro, where did I go? Sorry about that. Here I am. And yes, that is it for today's stream. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you being around and your company. So yeah, but let's see if I have any more questions. If yes, then answer them. If not, I'll go. You should flex your arm for the thumbnail. Bro, my arm is not that big anymore. Yeah, I used to work out quite a lot before this. But right now, I just do a few burpees, a few dumbbell, whatever. But I have a very high fat percentage right now. I think I'm the fattest I've ever been in my entire life. But it's a good thing I'm losing weight. So I peaked at about 94 kilos, which is way more than I ever imagined me being. But I'm losing weight now. I'm on a healthy diet. I'm working out like I should, and I'm at 88 kgs now. So I lost about 6 kilos, which is insane. It's good, but I want to reach about 75 or something. And then yeah, I only have size right now, but then we will see the cuts and everything, which will be good, which will be great. It's nice to do sculpting because not too many channels that do or do it that well, so it's appreciable. Yeah, thank you so much, man. I agree, a lot of channels, they make time lapses or breakdowns, but yeah, I just want to make tutorials that do make a difference. I just want to make courses that make a difference. And yep, so if anyone's struggling, here's a pitch. Go ahead, check out the link in the description. You'll find my free course, which is a 30-day sculpting challenge. And yes, you will learn a lot because we are seeing results every week. You can see members getting results in 25, 24, 22, 20, 11 days. All that's a 30-day sculpting challenge. All the results are less than 30 days, which is great. So, yep, with that said, I will be leaving now. See you around. Here's a fist bump. Goodbye. Take care.